Hey, it's Jay. Welcome back to Lavender Living. Today I'm going to be recommending 13 non-cis booktubers. That includes non-binary, trans, agender, genderqueer, gender fluid, and on the screen I will put a picture of them up here and their Twitter handle up here. And their links down in the description, so make sure to go check all of them out and subscribe to them and give them some love. So the first one I have is Natalie. She is trans and uses she, her pronouns. She has this series called In the Closet, where she talks about writing, books, and she does different interviews with different writers and agents, which I think is a really cool opportunity. I wish I had that opportunity. I'm just too freaking socially anxious to do that and too busy with school. She doesn't post that often, but that's a really good series, and so make sure to check her out. Sage is non-binary and uses they, them pronouns. They have the typical booktube stuff, wrap-ups, TBRs, everything that is stable booktube, but they also have an adorable smile and the best expressions, especially in their thumbnails. Oh my god, it's so funny. Cav is genderqueer or gender fluid and uses they, them pronouns. I met them briefly at BookNet Fest this past year. It didn't like click in my head that it was them. I don't know why, but that was a crazy weekend. So but anyway, they have really magical thumbnails. They're so aesthetic, and I love their video, Love Letter to Queer Literature, from a few months ago. It was adorable. It was really short, but it was just really sweet and wholesome. Jess is non-binary and uses they, them pronouns. They talk a lot. They have like the best hair. It's so pretty. And like they talk about BTS on their channel a lot, so if you like BTS, then there's a new one for you. And they talk about mental health several times, which I can really appreciate. Rhiannon made the NB book tag, which I did yesterday. They are gender fluid or / non-binary and uses they, them, and he, his pronouns. They made the NB book tag, like I said, the Witchathon, and they talk about queer books and books with mental health. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there that is really good. Brody is non-binary and uses they, them pronouns, and I was so excited to meet them last year at BookNet Fest. That was really awesome. They made the BookTube Spirit Week, which, as I'm filming this, is currently wrapping up. I was busy, and so I wasn't able to participate in it, sadly. Hopefully next year I'll be able to. They're themselves indigenous, and so they try and like bring other indigenous creators and indigenous books and characters into the light, which I think it's awesome. And they have like a little Let's Discuss series. They've only had like a few episodes at the time I'm filming this, but it talks about indigenous books and about #One Voices and how there are some issues with that. And at first going to that video I was like, I don't know if I agree, but after I watched it I was like, that's a good point. So Kate is agender and uses she, her, or they, them pronouns. I briefly met her at BookNet Fest this past year, and she gave me the little booktube pin, which I was so happy about. She talks a lot about mental illness, which I can really appreciate, and like she's bipolar, and like when I was discovering that about myself, I talked to her a little bit and it was really helpful. She also does videos with songs in sign language, which is awesome. Like really interesting. She does a lot of Sia, I think, which is awesome. And she made the Green Ribbon book club. Alex is trans and uses he, him pronouns. He consistently, like in the past couple months, has videos with closed captioning, so he is deaf and hard of hearing friendly, and he has like different types of videos than our staple booktube, so that's like really interesting. Isa is non-binary / genderqueer and uses they, them pronouns. They live in the Netherlands, and so they have this video talking about what it's like to be NB in the Netherlands, and they have like nano vlogs and stuff, which are really interesting to watch. Ellis is non-binary and uses they, them pronouns. I think that's how they pronounce her name. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And they have videos on manga, so if you want to see some booktubers about manga and stuff, then go check them out especially. And they have reading vlogs a lot, so if you like vlogs, then there. Jessi is non-binary and uses they, them pronouns. I met them at BookNet Fest again, and they were awesome. They gave me like the best compliment ever, and I am dead. Anyway, they are all about inclusivity. Deaf, hard of hearing, queer, POC, everything. It's great. They have this series called Positivity, where they have a subscription to a tea box. I forget what it's called right off the top of my head. So they open that and review it, and then they talk about some of their favorite creators of the month or whatever, and kind of just uplift the community. And they have the hashtag Black Girl Magic series, where they talk about Black girl representation in literature. Tate is genderqueer or non-binary / gender fluid, which also works. Uses they, them pronouns, but they do not talk about it on their channel because they're not out to their family, and their family watches their channel. So if you go to their channel, careful not to comment about that for their safety. They made the Demigod-a-thon, which has to do with like the Rick Riordan books and stuff, which I love because Rick Riordan is my boy. He is my uncle. He is awesome. I wish you were my uncle IRL. Oh my god. And it's just really fun. And last but not least, Gianna. They are non-binary, uses they, them pronouns. They have a lot of videos on books that are own voices, a lot of middle grade books, which is really cool. A lot of queer recs and a lot of Latinx recs, because they themselves are Latinx. So if you want some middle grade Latinx, middle grade and or Latinx recs, then go check them out. There are a lot more non-cis booktubers in our community, but these are the ones I could think of, or that responded to my tweet where I asked if anyone would like to be recommended, and everyone listed in this video and down in the description, I have gotten their permission to do so, because I wanted to make sure it was okay with them and like get their approval and stuff. If you know of any other non-cis booktubers, please tell me. I would love to check them out. And don't forget to subscribe to everyone down here and give them their love. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload. I upload every Wednesday except for June for Pride Month for Lavender Living, where I upload a video every day. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching. Bye.